Hey neighbors, Mac McCarty here again with the Rough and Tumble channel, bringing you another story. Now this story is not an oil field story. As a electrician, union electrician, there were times that I would go hit some big job, and this was one of those times. I was helping wire the General Motors plant over in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I was only about 24 years old, and I was working. My tool buddy was 54 years old, and he was out of Hot Springs local. I was out of Longview, Texas. And David and I worked together a good while, and oh man, I just thought that man knew everything there was to know about electricity. He just was a real sharp old guy. And we just got along so well working together. They put us on the hookup crew, and we were ringing out with telephones, just tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, I guess, wires for, getting ready to do the hookup, marking them for hooking up out there on all that conveyor belt system stuff. And anyway, David was, like I say, just a really good guy to work with. And you get on a big job like that, and you see a lot of characters also. And there were hundreds of electricians manning that job. I think 15 electrical contractors. At any rate, David, 54 years old, and I was 24, and I thought the man was ancient. And here I am, way older than that now. But anyway, that's just perspective. Some of you may appreciate. But David told me a story one day, and he said, you notice this wart I got on the end of my nose? I said, well, I wasn't going to say anything about it. And he said, but you've seen it, right? You've noticed it. I said, well, yeah, it's right there on the end of your nose. And he said, I had a saying. And he said, I did this for years and years. And he said, I'd see something somebody wanted out there. Somebody had. And he said, well, I wish I had that, and you had a wart on the end of your nose. And I kind of chuckled and grinned at him, and kind of, I'm thinking, no, you're just messing with me. He said, I'm not messing with you. He said, that's what I would do. He said, I did that over and over and over again. I'd see something, and I'd tell him, I want that, I want that. And I want you to have a wart on the end of your nose right there. He said, then one day, I grew a wart on the end of my nose. And he said, well, that's okay. I'll just go to the doctor and get that thing burned off, froze off, or whatever. He said, folks, every way you can think of, I had that wart removed. Even that Dr. Scholl's wart remover, anything you can think of, I've tried it, he said, to get rid of this wart. And he says, I'm tagged with the wart for the rest of my life, I do believe. He said, I'm the one that ended up with the wart on the end of my nose. He said, bud, be careful what you wish on somebody else. Be careful. That can come back to haunt you. Well, I took that to heart. I took it to heart. And thankfully, I've never grown a wart on the end of my nose, but it does kind of look like a wildcat's had a piece of it after they cut that cancer out of it. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that little tale. It's a true story, like most of the stuff I tell. And I hope that that ends up being some sound advice right there. Anyway, hope y'all like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Mac McCarty saying so long for the Rough and Tumble channel.